You got one with this one, Melody?
Save the Lord God. Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. Seen a man rise from the dust, shit glorious in my sight. Never yield, I'm indebted to that old Lord Christ. Can't let them colors fly, only blood will suffice. Try to divide my brethren, I'ma put it in his life. Is you want an indoor? Damn right, I need that white gold with them stones. Look like Cinderella and ice. Shit, the time until the bones are healed and we live again.
This shit right here for the cold-blooded killers and the gangsters vibe. But the hoes love it, break it for a $5 tee. Spend a whole 100, no stunting. This is for the niggas that need more money. I done stopped the rebel from putting several in the casket. He throwing everybody involved if I ask it. So don't make me get a word. I'm scared of what he might do. Don't make me build a nerve. Down in your lawn, feel like it's the beginning of the purge. Look, it's like I'm all out of options. Hard being a killer with a conscience. Ginger ale and ice with tequila talking nonsense. Cause beef ain't really no beef. Till there's no more sleep, do a drill, we do a drill. Ours Mozambique, 2 to the body, 1 to the head, fuck it, on repeat. 1 west, you know them cult leaders are running the street.
Seen a man rise from the dust, shit glorious in my sight. Never yield, I'm indebted to that old Lord Christ. Can't let them colors fly, only blood will suffice. Try to divide my brethren, I'ma put it in his life. Is you want an indoor? Damn right, I need that white gold with them stones. Look like Cinderella and ice. Shit, the time until the bones are healed and we live again. Life changed with the seasons, all praise to the author. I got a limited power, war with me, why bother? I know Mr. Mayhem in Chicago. Play, I drop shit like a toddler. Make that Glock speak like Tommy, leave him cold, call me Martin. I done seen Benjamin turn many men into monsters. Lay that lamb down, I feel like Benjamin Barker. Lord, I pray salvation sweet like peach cobbler. Right now I need a bankroll, thick like Miss Parker. As I enter the darkness, the truth the only way. Death a slim chance, but it hit like Cody Ray. Heard that demon on my shoulder and I told him not today. So I try to stay focused, I ain't even boasting. Cause all that ghost shit hypnosis. And you ain't gotta talk shit when everybody know it. You ain't even riding or you talking, yeah, the bus boys are poets. It's a thin line between love and hate, that's why I got involved. Just pick this bad bitch up like Roddy Smalls. Threw that burden on my shoulder like Samoa Ross. Shit, I obey the orders, that's why I overcame it all. Seen a man rise from the dust, shit glorious in my sight. Never yield, I'm indebted to that old Lord Christ. Can't let them colors fly, only blood will suffice. Try to divide my brethren, I'ma put it in his life. Is you want an indoor? Damn right, I need that white gold with them stones. Look like Cinderella and ice. Shit, the time until the bones are healed and we live again.
Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rebel.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. your stripes, dog. You with us or not? We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop off. I die for I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they'll drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop head. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did to Billy go rough. Little bitch, think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. I'm from the city where they say about that ribbon like Perry Poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made my feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze on Run West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet. That's my enemy. Little nigga, this that cold, need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup. I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not? We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the build, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the bitch. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. You PK by mine, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been the showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the pain, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one west up, then I swerve out. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's One West practical, gladiator, maximal. Creep on them slow, but that Glock 5 rapid. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no cow, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not? We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out.
Me and my niggas prepared for.
They say it's up then. And it ain't nothing to discuss then. Pillar talking with revenge, we like best friends. Just left Atlanta, now I'm in Bama on the West End. Blood on 125th, don't you know about that? I can't fall out with my niggas, where they do that at? In position for that power, I can't get it back. I got that on me now, we don't play like that. Look, don't do me no favor, send my paper to the bank. Can't stand a hoe, thirsty bitch, can't get shit to drink. Think that backbiting, this and shit is cool until it ain't. Red devil dog, can he get a crumb? No, he can't. Train killer boy, try to keep it humble, but don't tempt me. Know they do not like me, but they better keep it friendly. Ain't going out like Diddy, got a whole lot of soldiers, whole lot of guns, nigga. We ain't fitting in no Bentley. Try to talk it out, but I really think we passed that. He ain't got that Zelle, he can send that shit on Cash App. Show the nose high in the air, cause her ass fat. Listen, bitch, fuck that pussy, I won't plow. They say it's up then. And it ain't nothing to discuss then. Pillar talking with revenge, we like best friends. Just left Atlanta, now I'm in Bama on the West End. Blood on 125th, don't you know about that? I can't fall out with my niggas, where they do that at? In position for that power, I can't get it back. I got that on me now, we don't play like that. If the nigga cross the line, he must want me to step a son. Running hard, moving it on up like George Jefferson. You got the bag, yes indeed, got the whole recipe. Got the bitch begging please, coach it's like the referee. Nigga think I'm tripping about that shit, now they out. Niggas couldn't keep it true around this bitch, and I'm a paw. Hold on, let me get the scoop on this nigga, think he flow. Had to tell my man my dog. They say it's up then. And it ain't nothing to discuss then. Pillar talking with revenge, we like best friends. Just left Atlanta, now I'm in Bama on the West End. Blood on 125th, don't you know about that? I can't fall out with my niggas, where they do that at? In position for that power, I can't get it back. I got that on me now, we don't play like that. Nigga says something, it say left. I got that on me now, we don't play like that. Turn me up a little bit. Gonna make them feel it. For the rebel nigga. Look. The key to survival is formality. And I ain't worried about my rivals, they just casualties. I bring his heart on the platter like Applebee's. Let him lose control, I bet his soul lose gravity. A beast, blood in my teeth, I got them all beat. Circulate that paper with my niggas like Black Wall Street. You know revenge, my love. Yeah. 2 twin Glocks and send your ass to sandstone like the Isley brothers. Better take deep cover. I make them clap back and forth like 2 wives that despise each other. Shit, get into that bag, got the refrigerator full of color. Hey, this that gun smoking gold butter. Handing these little things to my Lord, get a look to kill. I need a bad bitch that look Brazilian. If real recognize real, I should look familiar. Fire in my back in the lobby, I burn down the bill. Back on that ass, in case these niggas need proof. They all my sons, I took them all to preschool. He and his feelings better be cool, cause I chew that beef up, show my tongue now it's seafood. I brought that all to your burial, I'm the pallbearer. This my shit, I sit in the throne like a lawn chair. All fair, warfare, shit, diamond back AR. Work that bitch like a guitar player. Turn down, fucking with home, huh? Fucking with home. Told me motherfucker, they tell them niggas turn down. West Coast lead the shit. You better tell them niggas turn down. Ain't it beautiful up on that fire as usual? Hey, look, hey, tell them niggas turn down. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead. If it ain't that serious, why you hysterical? I survived when niggas died, it's a miracle. Took a loss, but payback's a bitch. She the love of my life. I make her sing like Erica. These niggas weak on the frail side. I leave them wetter than a whale ride. UPK Hellboy, bring the hellfire. If I can't get a piece of heaven, I'm on hell's side. And in the end, I'll be undefeated, Lord, I promise. Shit, I bleed for the creed like Adonis. Cowards don't get acknowledged. You break the oath, boy, you know the price. We ride together, we die together. Bad boys for life. I get what he want. Better chill, chump. Run this shit like Forrest Gump. Cause you think I'm playing. Glock with me, that's my Jenny. No leg, yeah. 17 round roll on you like Lieutenant Dan. Turn down. What I'm saying? Told me, motherfucker. They tell them niggas turn down. Think I got glory coming. You think I did all this shit for nothing? You better tell them niggas turn down. Coward ass motherfucker. Hey, look, hey, tell them niggas turn down. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead. Turn me up a little bit. Gonna make them feel it. Make 140 for the rebel nigga. Look. The key to survival is formality. And I ain't worried about my rivals, they just casualties. I bring his heart on the platter like Applebee's. Let him lose control, I bet his soul lose gravity. A beast, blood in my teeth, I got them all beat. Circulate that paper with my my niggas like Black Wall Street. You know revenge, my love. Yeah. 2 twin Glocks and send your ass in sandstone like the Isley brothers. Better take deep cover. I make them clap back and forth like 2 wives that despise each other. Shit, get into that bag, got the refrigerator full of color. Hey, this that gun smoking gold butter. Handing these little things to my Lord, get a look to kill. I need a bad bitch that look legit. If real recognize real, I should look familiar. Fire in my back in the lobby, I burn down the bill.
Look, the fire's coming. Are you ready for the fire?
Wait, hold on, nigga. He say he the man, well, I'm the rep. Put some respect on my name before I step in your lane, get my roll on, nigga. Yeah, you know what it is, nigga. 144 big soldier, nigga. Long time coming, nigga. I'm the rep. Slow the time with my apron. The kingdom money for the takers. He ain't built, I'ma break him. Drop the bomb, good as gracious. I handle baby like a player. I gotta think she my favorite. I pick them, name them different flavors. My Glock ain't coming with a safety. I'm ready to ride. Acing the threats, I'm checking my watch. I'm a little impatient. I don't know if I'm offending them niggas. If I am, then they gon' have to take it. Just on the house, he said that handle your business, and nigga, you're training and you got to stick to the base. I'm trying to stack. Benjamin, look like a glitch in the matrix. Shit that I do is incredible. I make a movie be major. I ain't no rapper. These niggas talk with my nigga and I'm really making a mistake. These niggas be silly. You speaking of prophecy, thought he was cool and I guess you mistaken. I'm so sure that I was sorry and she think I'm crazy. I ain't tripping, it's okay. I just met a cougar. She was walking by the school, brand new Gucci bag and a poodle. Reason she stopped me, she saw the shields on my shoulders, so I gave her some shit she could Google. I am the truth. Don't get it twisted. I'm really a killer. You playing with do you? I got the soul like it's fresh in the bag. Little bitch, watch your mouth 'cause I'm wearing my news. He think he the man. I'm the rebel. He say he the goat. Okay, now I do voodoo. I think they should know. I spit this shit wicked. I step in the booth and stop taking the voodoo. If I get the order, I'll bring soldiers and step through your shit like we did to make dudes. Ain't playing with your eye. All of this Glock and skate off on your ass like T.I. Doodle. What? Hold on, nigga. He say he the man. Well, I'm the rep. Put some respect on my name for a step in your leg and my roll on, nigga. Yeah, be talking that. Yeah, them niggas be talking that. I be like, yeah. Hey, watch out, I do this shit right here. Hey, look, I just put a bad little sexy little red bitch soon as she see me. She was like, skin, you ain't walk on the street. Said I'm the rebel. She said you a lie, boy. Heard it call your hell, boy. See you on TV. Ooh, you look handsome. Heard you be rapping like ASAP Rocky, nigga. I could be a Riri. I said that's fine, but I gotta come a while, but ain't nothing wrong with a 3-piece. I'm on the grind like it's rush hour. Make that money talk. I can keep talking about a sweet. Niggas know how I do it. I pick the beat, drop the verse, put it on repeat. Ain't tripping about the beef, keep talking about smoke. I'ma put him in the TP. Rap my arena. Walk through the door like John Cena, 'cause I know you little nigga can't see me. Yeah. Turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. Hey, play my niggas, lay you down, they all down to ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round, he'll spit shell. Same nigga you put on to hit the stand and tell. How the fuck you turn your back on a nigga that love you? Treat your kids like my kids, treat you like a brother. I told my dog, let's leave the streets to serve the most high. He said, fuck that shit, he trying to sell another pie. His daddy killed him, put him in the trunk, set him on fire. His wife was pregnant, he ain't never get to see his child. Had me thinking to myself, what happened if I die? Look my babies in the eyes, I gotta stay alive. I put my ego
shelf and my pride to the side. I'm with some niggas who gon' step and got God on their side. Got in the Isupk, they keep asking me why. As I do the work of the Lord, I gotta stay alive. Face the east and pray aloud. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. Hey, play my niggas, lay you down, they all down to ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
You ever pump a pack with a snake by your side?
Yes, I
Seen
did.
a man reach out to God before he died?
Yes, I did.
I know the Lord forgive us for these sins, but I'm starting to think the kingdom of heaven is for these kids. I told my daughter, there's one man in your bed, I won't stand for less. Put my son, I hit your head, on that fragile leg. I lost some niggas to that dope, I lost niggas to the feds. Remember Jono tried to stick me for that cheese on that bread, yeah. I was thuggin' with Lucky and that nigga left me for dead. Endure to the end, cause I listened to what was said. Mother told me she loved me when she was sick up in the bed. I was running them streets, but the truth made me a man. Shit, I don't really speak, cause she'll never understand. That's why I ain't even tell her about these voices in my head. I'm still trying to manage my anger like Uncle Craig.
I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. Hey, play my niggas, lay you down, they all down to ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. Hey, play my niggas, lay you down, they all down to ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round, he'll spin shell. Same nigga you put on to hit the stand and tell. How the fuck you turn your back on a nigga that love you? Treat your kids like my kids, treat you like a brother. I told my dog, let's leave the streets to serve the most high. He said, fuck that shit, he tryna sell another pie. His daddy killed him, put him in the trunk, set him on fire. His wife was pregnant, he ain't never get to see his child. Had me thinking to myself, what happened if I die? Look my babies in the eyes, I gotta stay alive. I put my ego on the shelf and my pride to the side. I'm with some niggas who gon' step and got God on their side. Got in the Isupk, they keep asking me why. As I do the work of the Lord, I gotta stay alive. Face the east and pray aloud. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. Hey, play my niggas, lay you down, they all down to ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
You ever pump a pack with a snake by your side?
Yes, I
Seen
did.
a man reach out to God before he died?
Yes, I did.
I know.
Shalom, Yahaba Shemiyah Shabrakatah. Slakia for the delay. Had some technical difficulties. All right. As you can see by the title, man, Salakia. Shalom Yahabashim Yam Shabbat to all the brothers. Shalom Yahabashim sisters. Right? And as you can see, man, what is the truth? What is the whole duty of man? What are we supposed to do in this earth, man? Because we get it misconstrued and not understanding what exactly, our purpose is. Purpose of a man, especially if you're a black, Hispanic, Native, indigenous person, then our whole purpose is to serve the Lord, man. And that's how we get, what we need. That's how we get what we want out of this world, out of this earth. Because without the Lord, we don't have anything. We don't have a culture here in this earth. We don't have anything. Black people and Hispanics and indigenous people say, you know, oh, I come from the Choctaw, like Choctaw tribe, or I'm a Blackfoot Indian, or I'm this and I'm that. Not understanding our real history, man. Our real history comes from this Bible, comes from the scriptures, right? First precept we're gonna go to today is in the book of Deuteronomy. All right, we're just gonna touch on a few things just so we can get the premises of how to understand and identify ourselves in these scriptures. Right? This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. Right? But it shall hearken, slacking. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the Lord, slacking, unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All right, so what is a curse? Curse is an invoking of a supernatural power, right? What is Moses talking about here? These commandments was given to him by the Most High. And the Lord commanded him to give those commandments to us, for us to follow in order for us to get closer to the Lord, right? And he said, if we did not follow them, then these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Right, verse 16 says, "Cursed should I be in the Cursed should I be in the city." Right, it says we're cursed in the city. What nation of people, right? Because this is who Moses is talking to. He's talking to a nation of people, right? Not just one specific person, not a multitude of different people, but one specific nation, one specific ethnicity, one nationality, right? It says, "Cursed should I be in the city." And what does that look like, man? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people, we are cursed in the city. Why am I saying that? Because you have natives living on reservations. You have Hispanics living in cages on the borders. You got black people being hunted down in the street like animals, man. That's what it's like to be cursed in the city. Being cursed in the city is being an alcoholic, man. Sitting on the corner, being the old wino that everybody knows. Being the addict that everybody knows on the corner, man. That's what it's like being cursed in the city, being out of our minds, right? Not living in the right state that we should be in. Because without the Lord, man, we have nothing to live for, right? We have nothing to look forward to, because the Lord has separated us from Him. When we should be with the Lord, man, we should want to follow after His law, statutes, and commandments, right? It says, "Cursed shall I be in the field." What does that look like, man? Slavery. We was put in slavery on the cotton fields, on the sugarcane fields, the tobacco fields, man. That's what it's like to be cursed in the field. Being last fire, I mean, it's like a last to hire, first to fire. We the first ones to get up out of that workforce, man. We're the first ones to be let go. Why? Because we are cursed in the field, man. Right? It's like here. Let's go down some more. We'll go to verse 32. Salakia. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. What does that sound like, man? CPS. Slavery. Right? Being sold, being given unto another people. Because you got to work 1,000 hours just to keep a roof over your head, keep food in the refrigerator, to keep the lights on, right? To have heating and air conditioner, to have Wi-Fi, to have a phone. These certain things you got to work overtime in order just to afford. Not only that, but just a roof over your head. So now your kids at home, but you can't be there because you got to work 1,000 hours. Got to work 50 hours a week. Can't put them on the school bus. Can't have nobody watch them because you can't afford it. Right? That's what it's like to be cursed, right? To look after your children and expect you to, nurture them, but the whole time you can't be there because the oppressor got you working 50,000 hours a week. Right? Shall be given to another people, and thy eyes shall look, meaning you're not gonna have no power, man. You're gonna look and stare and watch the CPS take your children. Back in, when we were in slavery, the slave master would come and take the children and sell them off for a profit. And we couldn't do anything about it, man. Right? So we don't. Thou shalt look, it's like it, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. Meaning we gonna weep, man. We gonna cry in tears in order for us to feel something. That pain that we feel when the children is taken from the home is unbearable. It hurts because you can't do anything about it. Right? Let's read on. And there shall be no might in thy hand, man. We don't have a military. We don't have an army. We don't have a force that's going to go and make sure that our children are safe. We don't have anybody that's going to look upon us to make sure that we're okay, to make sure that we're not being taken advantage of, man. Matter of fact, yeah. Go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 15, and verse 5. And it reads, this book of Jeremiah, chapter 15, and verse 5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? This is a question Jeremiah is asking, man. Who is going to have pity upon us? Who's going to look at us and like, damn, man, them people going through a lot. They are living in hell, man. Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? Man, this is how you know that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people are the true Israelites of the Bible, man. Because no nation, not one nation on this earth goes to any one of us, man. Any of these tribes, whether they've been southern kingdom or northern kingdom, and ask them how thou doest, man. Meaning, what's your community like, and how can I help? What needs to be put in place so that things can be better? Yet they gentrify our neighborhoods, man. They kick us out just to move us all together in the same project that they try to kick us from. All right? They want to gentrify the neighborhood and take over everything without helping the people that's struggling, without helping the people that they put in oppression, man. Without helping the people that they put on reservations when they out there kidnapping the children, man. They're kidnapping our children and assaulting them and unaliving them. And there's nothing that we can do about it, man. It's nothing. Unless we follow the Lord, man. That's the only way to make it out of this captivity. Only way to find some type of safety in this world that we live in. Because where our lives are constantly being taken from us, man. Nolan Wells' life was just taken from him by some oppressors that he called his friends. In fact, one of the oppressors said he was his best friend. Yet the mother said she has never seen him. She's never seen them. I don't know anybody that has a best friend that their mother has not seen or met. That tells you right there that the oppressor is the damn devil that the Bible speaks of, man, because he lied through his teeth. Just to go on, man, because they don't ask us how we do. They don't look at and try to fix our our situation. Yet they look at us and like, oh, that's normal for them. It's okay if they do it. It's fine. It's you. It's the usual suspects, as they say, right? Let's read on. Verse 6, for thou hast forsaken me, saith the Lord. Meaning we have looked upon the Lord and said, you know what? I ain't worried about what the Lord talking about. I'm not worried about him. I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's the reason why we are in this predicament now, because we wanted to go after these other nations. We wanted to do what we wanted to do. And we cannot do that. Cannot think, oh, what if I say go? Or I want to go eat pork. Oh, I want to go smoke weed. Oh, I want to go be a drunk. You cannot make that decision because your body does not belong to you, man. By forsaking the Lord is you going out and sinning, man. And that's being an alcoholic, being a drug dealer, an unaliver, somebody that's, a lascivious person, right? Let's read on. Thou art gone backward, man. Meaning what? We have backslid, man. At first, we was with the Lord. We had the kingdom. We had the kings, man. We had the gold, the silver, the land. We had everything. And then we went backwards, man. Then we decided that we wanted to live the life that we wanted to live for ourselves. When in reality, we have to live the life that's in this Bible. Because if we don't, we've seen the effects of it. We've seen the effects of slavery. We've seen the effects of Jim Crow laws, right? We've seen the effects of casual killing laws. We've seen the effect of black codes, man. We've seen the effects of us living just by DNA. You know why black people run when we laugh? Oh, we run off, fall out, and floor and everything. We think it's a normal thing. Would you happen to know that the reason why we run off and laugh, because during slavery and during Jim Crow laws, black people were not allowed to laugh in the streets. We were not allowed to laugh out in the open. So you know what they did? They made laughing buckets and filled it with water. Salakia, not water, Salakia. They would go, these black people, if they had a joke and it was funny, they had to go stick their head inside of a barrel and laugh and run to the bucket because it was so funny. They had to stick their head into a bucket and laugh, man. That's why black people run when they laugh, because our DNA have been altered just because the brutal, unjust slavery that we went through, man. Right? Just because the oppressor is a devil, man. All right, let's read on. Salakia. Therefore, I stretch out my hand against thee. Meaning what? The Lord was against us, man. The Lord is against us right now because we decided that we didn't want to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Salakia. And destroy thee, I am weary with repenting. Meaning the Lord does not want to do this, man. The Lord didn't want to do it. But yet us as a nation, we decided that we didn't want to follow what the Lord had to say, man. And then he put us in captivity. Then he decided to put, just like a good father, to punish his son. Right? Grab that belt and put it on you. Right? Let's go back to the book of Deuteronomy. So like Deuteronomy 28. Those that's just joining, that was the book of Jeremiah, chapter 15 and verse 5 and 6, right? That I just went over. All right, so we back in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 32. All right, I'm gonna read that one from the top. This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fill with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. Like I said, man, this is talking about CPS, man. This is talking about when the slave master would come into your quarters and take your children and sell them to the next plantation. This is the results. This is the curses. This is what the Lord told us what was going to happen if we did not follow these law, statutes, and commandments, man. And we thought the Lord was a joke. We thought the Lord was just playing. Thought he wasn't as powerful as he made it to seem. Yet the Lord split the Red Sea just for us to cross paths. And we took it as a joke. Right? Let's read on. Yeah. Which one? It's 28. Salakia. No, it wasn't 28. Verse 48. Salakia. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 48. Therefore, thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. What does this sound like, man? The Lord said, we shall serve our enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, man. This is talking about the oppressor, man. These are talking about these nations that came up against us. And not only did the oppressor come up against us, which is the I like to call them flower fleas or pocket lint, right? The white man that the Bible speaks like it. The white man, right? The oppressor. Not only him, but the Arabs also took us into captivity, right? And doing the sub-Saharan slave trade, right? And most people don't know about that because it's not talked about, right? During the sub-Saharan slave trade, when we were in Assyria, right, we would ship all through Africa and all through Europe, right? But back to the point, during the Atlantic slave trade, transatlantic slave trade, it started here in America first. When Christopher Columbus sailed his boat here, and the Lord sent him against the native tribes, man. And what did he do? Slaughter them. Slaughtered the native Indian people. He said, and I quote, these people are very peaceful, so we must put them in slavery, man. We must do it. So you know what he did? He captured them. And at night, when he tried to fight against them, they fought back. And it was very hard for them to do that. It was very hard for Christopher Columbus to overcome them people. So you know what he did? Filled the blankets with diseases. Right? Why am I saying that? Because they brought diseases. They had sheep on the boat. They had all manner of disgusting things going on that ship. And those blankets were filled with smallpox, which wiped out tribes. They increased the biological warfare on them, right? And wiped them out to a point where they were now subdued and sold and brought over into Europe, right? Because that's what he did. This is nothing but a history fact. It's nothing just to look it up, right? Let's read on. Yeah. In hunger, right? And in thirst. What does that sound like today? When we have to go to the oppressor in order to get our food, in order to get the water that we drink. What did he do? Put water inside of a bottle and sell it to you. Put food inside of a package to sell it to you. We have to go to him. We can't go to our own people for it because we don't own the meat factories. We don't own the water production companies. He does though. The oppressor does. They say, you know what he doing? Poisoning the food, poisoning the water, because he is the devil that the Bible speaks of. When we, as a nation, realize that we can't, be with these people, we can't, be hand in hand and be joyful with them, then we'll start to understand that, the only way to make it out of this captivity if we stick together, man. And the only way that we can do that is by keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. Because there's been many organizations that tried to come up against, the oppression that we lived in. But yet they were destroyed multiple times. The Black Panthers were infiltrated by the FBI and destroyed. Right? Let's read on. And in nakedness, man. Even though we pick the cotton, we don't own the factory. We don't get a share for it. Nothing. We get nothing for the labor that we did. So we have to go to him to get our clothing, to get the thread to make the clothing. If brothers and sisters do make clothing, we have to go to him to get it. Right? Let's read on. And in want of all things. So in want of all things that we want in this earth, man, we got to go to the oppressor in order to get it. What name one thing that the oppressor does not own? Because he owns the buildings. He owns the stores. He owns the land and the air. The water that falls out of the sky. You cannot collect rainwater because he owns it. Or you're going to get fined if you collect rainwater. You can't fly a drone over top of your house because he owns the air over top of your house. You can't put a satellite dish up there either because he owns the air. Listen, like I said, I'm going to continue to say the oppressor is the devil, man. So our duty as people, we have to separate from him and learn that this Bible is for us. Because what am I pointing out? The key factors of things that point to us as a nation of people. Everybody doesn't fit this. All nations don't fit this, man. But we, us Israelites, we all fit this here. We all fit it. Right? Let's read on. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. What is a yoke of iron, man? A big chain, heavy metal chain, man. It's going to be put around your neck and made for you to be subdued, right? To be docile, to be taken control over, right? To be captured. That's the point of the yoke, man. Let's read on. Until he have destroyed thee. Meaning what? Not only did he unalive us continuously doing slavery, but he also destroyed our culture. He took he stole our identity to make him seem like the Jew. When he named himself Jewish, meaning he's like unto a Jew. He wants to portray himself as a Jew, but he's not really a Jew. Just like if I say, oh, this banner behind me or this wall, it's reddish. It's not actually red. It just looks almost red. Looks almost, that color. It looks almost like a Jew, but it's not really a Jew because they're converts. And it tells you that even in their Talmud, that they go off. They don't read the Bible. And just from that should tell you that they don't, they can't be the real Jews. Because they don't read from these scriptures, man. They don't understand this Bible. Because if they did, they would not have another book called the Talmud. Because it's fake. Their religion is fake. What they believe in is fake. Them having that little small hat on top of their head is not biblical. But this crown is, though. That goes to tell you that they are fakes. They want to be like a Jew. So the duty for us is to come back to the Lord. Because this points out us. It points our captivity, man. We had yokes of iron put upon our necks. Not them. We did. During the transatlantic slave trade, sub-Saharan slave trade, even after slavery, on the plantation, we have yokes of iron put on our necks. Right? Let's read on. Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far. Right? What nation came up against us from far? The oppressor, man. He came from Spain, Europe, right? China. If you didn't know, right? If you read the Bible, Moabites had us in captivity, I believe, for 18 years, man. Salakia. That goes to show you that none of these nations are for us, man. The Moabites are Chinese people in today's term, right? And the Ammonites are the Japanese people. If you knew scriptures and you understood the history and the geography of where things are, then you would know this. But your Christian pastor don't teach you. Right? Salakia. Let's get back to it. Right? From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. And who flies an eagle? Spain flies an eagle. Russia flies an eagle. Number one, America flies an eagle. Right? It's the bird. It's that national bird. Right? Let's read on. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Meaning what? We didn't understand the language that they were speaking because their language is not ours. English is not the native's tongue. Our Slakia is not our native tongue. It's Hebrew. That's why it's so easy for us to understand and how to pronounce words in Hebrew because it's our native tongue. Right? Let's read on. Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, man. What does that mean? You're not gonna look upon that that old man or old woman and say, you know what, I'm gonna have some pity. I'm gonna be a little, a little nicer to this, to the older gentleman or the older lady. But they don't. What do? They shot Sonia Massey in the face. Salakia. They unalived George Floyd in the middle of the street. They unalived Philando Castile in the street. Right? Let's read on. So they don't have the regard for the old. They're not going to look at, just because you're up in age, I'm going to have some pity on you. They don't care about us. And we as a people have to see that, man. Right? Let's read on. Nor shew favor to the young. Well, we just see, man, Nolan Wells was unalived on an island with a bunch of little Edomites, bunch of little oppressors, and nobody has been convicted for it. Right? Trayvon Martin was unalived because apparently we always get away with it, according to George Zimmerman. What else just happened? Cyrus was gunned down in the street by some oppressor. I say oppressor because the Chinese people are also oppressors, man. He got unalived because apparently he stole a water bottle. He did not have the water bottle when he was stolen. It's like when he ran and when he was gunned down in the street. He didn't have anything. But yet the lady took his boots, took his shoes, Yes, his wife, Rick Child's wife, took the shoes of Cyrus and the bag because they wanted to cover traces, right? Because lawfully you cannot unalive a person that is fleeing from you. It's unlawful. Cannot do that. But they got off for it. They didn't serve any time for it. That's tampering with a crime. And that's also, you know, unaliving to the first degree. It's premeditated. He thought about it. He thought he was going to do it. They chased that young man down and unalived him. Shot him in the back. It's premeditated. George Zimmerman didn't serve any time. Premeditated. And he also sold the weapon for hundreds of thousands of dollars after he did it. Because the white man, Salakia, the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Salakia. Let's get some more. All right, verse 51. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle. Meaning what, man? The things that we owned, the oppressor is now going to take it. It's going to be for him, not us. It's no longer in our possession. We no longer get a say-so on what we do with the food that we get. Or the food or the cattle that we own. If we own a farm, what we gotta do? We gotta go to him to get the animal. Gotta go to him to get the cow, the sheep, the chicken, the lamb. We gotta go to them to get it, man. The pheasant. We have to understand that this oppressor, man, is not supposed to be in control. We are supposed to be in control. We're supposed to be running this earth, man. But for our disobedience, the Lord has allowed them to afflict us, man. So, like, we're going to drop that. We're going to go to verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate. Meaning what? What is this saying, man? At one point, we were kind to each other, man. We checked on a brother. Hey, you good? You need something? You need some food, some water? You good at the house? Right? At one point, we were like that. Right? Let's read on. His eye shall be evil toward his brother. What does that sound like, man? It sounds like gang violence. Yes, gang violence is in the Bible. It says his eye shall be evil toward his brother, man. We're going to look upon that brother on that road, on the street. I'm like, oh, what he bang? You know, what you claiming? Oh, because you on a different block, I'm going to go slide past your block and I'm going to throw some lead down it. Just because you rep a different color, I'm going to throw some lead at you too. And that's the thing that we have to separate ourselves from, because it's not our culture to do that. You know who culture it is? It's the oppressors. See, the oppressor wants you to think, oh, it's us. We're just a violent people. We didn't learn to be violent because we got it from them. See, we weren't shooters. We weren't drug dealers. We weren't that. We were a kind people. We learned how to make houses for ourselves, to build our own communities, to have our own, lifestyle, until the oppressor came and ruined it, flooded our towns, right? Blew them up, right? Massacred the people, right? And that's what they don't talk about. The massacres that they committed upon us, but we're the violent ones. We're violent, but yet you dropped a bomb on Boston. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure if it's Boston, but you dropped a bomb on a black community and blew it up from a plane. The police did this. You sick dogs on us, man. Because we wanted justice for our people. Yet you sick dogs on us. You sprayed us with water hose. You shot us in the face. But we're violent, even though we were very peaceful. Right? We did multiple sit-ins. What we do, get attacked by violent people. We didn't get attacked by our own people. We got attacked by the oppressor, man. See, the culture of the oppressor is violence because that's what he lives by. Violence, the sword, man. See, Esau was blessed with the sword, and that's the oppressor today, man. It's like you. The point that I'm making is we weren't the ones that supplied the weaponry in the neighborhoods. We don't make the guns. We don't make the ammo. We don't make the drugs. Right? But the oppressor does. He owns the manufacturers and the companies and the blueprints to make firearms, to make ammunition, and drop it off in our neighborhoods to make it seem like we're the ones that's committing the crime. Right? Like it. So what we have to do now is give him back his culture and hold fast unto this Bible, man. Let's get some more. Right? His eye shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife, toward the wife of his bosom. What is this saying? Single parent households, man. Single mother households. Right? It's a joke for us because we're used to being the base people, but now they make jokes from it. They say, "Oh, your father went and got milk and a carton of cigarettes and never came back." Because the oppression that we live under, man, it's so rigorous that the father left the household. And for some of us, the mother left the household, man. Let's read on. And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead. What did I just say, man? Single parent households. It's a lot of single mothers, man. And it's a lot of single fathers. We have to learn to stick with each other. We have to learn how to be a family, man. Because without it, we're going to harm our lives, man. We're no longer going to know what it feels like to live in a black home, in a two-parent household. We have to stick with each other. We need a black man in every household, not a black man in every white household, man. Right? Let's get some more. It's like precept I was looking for. Oh, okay. I was right above it. Like it. Right. And this just to put the nail in the coffin, man. Just so that we can understand exactly why I'm reading these such things and why these things happen in our households, in our communities, is like I said, because we didn't follow after the law, statutes, and commandments, man. And some people may wonder why, this sounds terrible. Why are you telling me the curses, right? That's going to be stuck on the people, right? The Israelites. Because, man, I'm going to read this. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 46. Matter of fact, we're going to go 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Meaning we're going to be tracked down, man. Salaka, can you hear me now? I just want to make sure the audio is too loud. Can I get a W in the chat? Oh, Salaka. All right, we good to go. Yeah. So like I said, man, for those that's wondering why these things are happening, it's because we disobeyed the Lord. So these things were put on us for a reason, right? This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed. Meaning what, man? Here go this word destroyed again. The Lord destroyed us with these curses because of our disobedience, man. We were destroyed as a people because of our disobedience, right? Let's read on. Because thou hearkest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Because the Lord gave us commandments, man. He gave us laws and statutes to follow after, right? To be his children, to be, the Lord's people. And we decided that we didn't want to do that. We want to go do our own thing, right? So, like it to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. Meaning he gave these commandments to Moses for us to follow after, not to forget, not to leave alone. He gave us them to follow, right? Verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign, right? Just like you got a stop sign, right? These curses on us for a sign, right? See, you have a stop sign on the side of the road that say stop. You know what you do at that stop sign? You stop, right? You gotta turn. You see a sign for a U-turn with a red line through it. Meaning what? You cannot make a U-turn in this intersection or on this corner. Cannot make a U-turn, right? And then you have another sign with the U-turn on it with no red line through it. Meaning you can make a U-turn. So this is for a sign, right? To point out key factors, right? And they wonder. Meaning what? This sign is going to make us wonder, make us think. Maybe we are the Israelites. Maybe we do need to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Because these curses were put on us for a sign and a wonder. So like, and for a wonder. And upon thy seed forever, man. Meaning there's always going to be signs. There's always going to be something there for us to identify and to see that we are the Lord's chosen people, man. We'll always forever see those things because the Lord cursed us with it. Because we disobeyed the Lord, man. Because we wanted to be like the other nations and celebrate Christmas, right? Smoke weed. We wanted to do all lascivious things, right? We wanted to be, like the oppressor being gangs and in their cults, man. That's what we wanted to do. So the Lord did what? He cursed us, man. Gave us something to think about. He was like, hey, here, hold that. And now what we do? Marching in the streets, man. Crying aloud. See, the scriptures say we roar in the streets like bears and more soar like doves. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But you know why we, so messed up in this world? Is because of our disobedience, man. Scripture also says that we're like a bull caught on a net, man. You know what a bull did? He's just struggling to get out the net because he's trapped. We have to separate from this world, man. We can no longer be like the oppressor, right? Which is why the title of the class is titled "What is the truth, the and the duty of man?" Right? What is the duty of man? It's to keep these law, statutes, and commandments, man. That's what is. That's what our mission is to do. That's what we're supposed to be doing. But here in this world, we're not taught that, man. Because if we did, this kingdom would fall. This kingdom would have been done, over with for him. Like it. I'm gonna read that for you, just so I can show you that this Bible is everything that we need to know. Because without it, man, we suffer. We suffer when we don't follow after the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Slocky. Was it? Mm, chapter 12. All right. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, and verse 12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books. There is no end. Salakia. So you out there, brothers searching for knowledge, man, just for them to understand, exactly why they're going through this, exactly how to get out of, the oppression that they see consistently. How do I be different, man? Right? In the making of many books, meaning there's a lot of knowledge out there. There's a lot of good information, and there's also a lot of misinformation, man. So you just gotta go to the right source, which is this Bible, man. Right? Which is the King James Version. Right? Let's read some more. Salakia. And much study a wariness of the flesh. Meaning you following all these different religions or these different cultures, man. Or you one day you a Buddhist, then the next you a Muslim, then the next one you some eat you conscious part of the conscious community or a 5%er. There's a lot of information that you're just wearing yourself down, man. It's for nothing. It means nothing because it doesn't fix people. It doesn't fix our people, man. Right? Let's read on. Verse 13. Slack. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, man. This is the final thought of the whole matter, right? Matter, slack. Fear God, right? That's the conclusion. The conclusion is to fear God, man, and to keep his commandments. Right? We are supposed to keep the Lord's commandments and fear the Lord. That's how you fear the Lord, man. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments is the beginning of wisdom. That's the beginning of fearing the Lord, man. Let's read on. For this is the whole duty of man. So our purpose as a people, as a nation, is to follow these law, statutes, and commandments, man. Because without it, we fall off. We fall off into Christianity, fall off to be a Buddhist or some Muslim, man. Right. So now you in the Muslim mosque defending some PDF file because that's what they doing. That's what they practice, and it's nothing but a simple Google search. Right. Let's read on. Verse 14. For God shall bring every work into judgment. Meaning there's always something for the work that you do. A judgment for it, man. Meaning a punishment. Whether it be good or bad. Right? With every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So there is a punishment and a judgment for everything that you do, whether it be out in the open or whether it be down in the secrets, man. Right? Let's get some more. All right. Lock in. Next book we're gonna go to, the book of Romans. Lock in. If I can get there. Chapter 15 and verse. Lock in. Lock. is the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime, meaning written in the Old Testament, just like I just went over, man. So these things that were written before, right? Me saying that, it's like the Bible saying that these curses shall come upon us, man, and look upon us and see for a sign and for a wonder, man. So this, right, written aforetime, right? And you can find that in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15 all the way down to 68, right? So those things that were written aforetime, right, back in the Old Testament, Shalakia, were written for our learning, right? So we were supposed to learn we are supposed to learn from the things that are written aforetime. We can't just stick with the New Testament and say, oh yeah, I understand exactly what's going on in the New Testament, man. I know what's going on. When in reality you don't. See, Christians don't have the mindset or the understanding that Christ didn't teach from the New Testament. He taught from the Old because that's the book that was around. See, Christ read from the book of Isaiah. He didn't read from the book of Romans. He didn't read from the book of Colossians or First Corinthians, right? Because he didn't read it. It wasn't around. All right, yeah. Hold on. It's a lot. I'll just use this. All right. Let's read on. That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope, man. Like I said, for those signs and those wonders, man, we'll wonder and hope that we can get ourselves together, man, and start to follow after these law, statutes, and commandments. Because without it, man, we fall and suffer in this earth. We suffer from the things that we continuously look after because we think it's a good thing. We think it's a good thing to be in some gang, a good thing to sell drugs to our people, man. When in reality, that's the problem with us. We look at it as great. We look at it as nothing to worry about. See, the Lord wants us to look at those things that were written aforetime, written in the Old Testament, so that we can learn from the things that our ancestors did. Learn what to do, learn what not to do, learn how to do something, right? We're supposed to learn not to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, not to be an adulterer, not to be a lascivious, right? Not to live in an alternative lifestyle. We ought to do those things because the Lord is against it, man. And with us continuing to do those things, the Lord will continue to be against us. So we have to be with the Lord. We have to learn how to separate from this world, right? Of being a so-called American, to learn how to be an Israelite. Learn how to be the Lord's chosen people, right? And without that structure, we fall, man. We go right back into celebrating the 4th of July. Go right back into celebrating Halloween or Christmas or some man-made holiday, right? Let's get some more. We're going to go into the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1, right? This is the book of the commandments of God, right? So what is this talking about? This is the book. The Bible is the book of the commandments of God, right? And the law that endures forever. And the scriptures say the law endures forever. But your Christian pastor going to tell you it don't exist. The law is done away with. Even Christ himself said he did not come to destroy the law or the prophets. But your Christian pastor did. He told you it's okay to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. It's okay to be, an to live in an alternative lifestyle. It's okay to be, some woman of the night, right? It's okay to be a drug dealer or unaliver when it's not. It's not okay for us to do those things because the Lord is against it. Us learning the culture of the oppressor has gotten us into this position, man. At one point, we were supposed to be let go, and not destroy, and not forget our culture, man. But the oppressor is such a devil, man. He's such a vile and evil bastard that he has stripped us of our culture and our understanding of who we are, and yet call us Negroes, call us blacks, call us Hispanics or indigenous people. Salakia. When in reality, we are the Jews. We are the Israelites. But we as a people need to see that. We as a nation need to come together and understand that we are the Lord's chosen, man. See, everybody thinks that the Lord doesn't have a chosen, but he does. He does have a chosen nation. He has a chosen fruit, a chosen flower, a chosen landmass, a favorite tree, a favorite animal. But all of a sudden, the Lord can't have a favorite people. See, that's the misconception with Christianity because they don't understand this Bible, man. They don't understand the Lord, so how can they teach you something they don't understand themselves? But in the ISUBK, we do. We do understand this Bible. We do understand that the Lord has a favorite thing. He has it, like I said, he has a favorite animal. He has a favorite landmass. He has a favorite bird. He has a favorite people also. What happens to be us? And we don't even consider that because of the conditions that we live in, man. See, we're so caught up in this world, we don't even understand that, ghetto, the word ghetto is where the Jews lie. See, we live in the projects and in the ghettos. What does that tell you? What does that tell you there? That we are the Jews, man. We are the Jews. We are the Israelites. Right? And our duty as a people is to follow after these law, statutes, and commandments, man. So, okay, let me get back to the precept. It's the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. For this is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endure forever. All they that keep it shall come to life. What is this saying when it says thou shalt come to life, man? We'll learn how to live. We'll learn what not to eat and what to eat. We'll know that catfish is unlawful because it doesn't have fins and scales, right? We'll know that the pig is unlawful because the Lord said he divideth the hoof but not cheweth the cud, man. Meaning he does not digest his food properly like a cow does. A cow digests his food properly, right? Like a dog. A dog is unlawful to eat. What does a dog do? He swallowed the whole bone. He don't chew the bone. He swallowed the bone. He don't chew the chicken. He swallow the whole chicken itself. He don't chew its food. Right? Let's read on. All they that keep it shall come to life. So if you keep this law, statutes, and commandments, man, you'll have a good life. You have a good time living. You won't have to worry about your high blood pressure. Won't have to worry about diabetes. Won't have to worry about, gout, getting your foot cut off. Right? Let's read on. And they, Salakia, but such as leave it shall die. What does that sound like, man? It sounds like us today. It sounds like we left the law, statutes, and commandments, man. So now that we're dying consistently, not only physically, but spiritually, man. Some of us have completely denounced the Bible and the Lord. When in reality, we should have never gotten to that point to where that we want to dismiss everything. But because we live under oppressor, such an evil bastard, that we have separated ourselves from the Lord, man. and we don't know what it feels like to be, secure or safe. So now we try to cope with the drugs and with the alcohol and with unaliving each other because it's an escape from our situation, even though we're all as a people going through the same thing. So why would I look next to the brother next to me and go take what he got when we going through the same oppression? Why would I look at the brother that's wearing a different color than I and go unalive him? We're going through the same oppression. We're going through the same thing. I'm trying to keep my lights on and feed my family, and you trying to do the same thing. See, in this world, we're looked at as the enemy. We're looked at as the violent ones. In reality, the oppressor is the violent one. He made us to be the ones that we are today, to be the gang members, to be the drug dealers, to be the unalivers, to be the robbers and the thieves, right? He made us to be the ones that's the drug addicts and the drunks. He made us to be the ones that's, backstabbing our people to turn them into the police just to get them unalive. That's the whole mission of the oppressor, man. He think of all types of ideas since he's been born of how to come up against the nation of Israel, man. And we have to separate from this world, because if we don't, we're going to continue to die. And the only way to separate is by keeping these law, statutes, and commandments, man, and staying in class. That's the only way we're gonna get somewhere out of this place, man. And that's only under the Isupk, under Command and Junior Hana. That's the only way we're gonna see some type of heaven, man. Some type of a lifestyle that we're supposed to live. Because if we don't, like I said, man, we're gonna fall. We fall continuously, right? And just to put the nail in the coffin, right? So like it, go right back to the book of Deuteronomy. We're gonna read verse 64, which reads, "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people," meaning He's gonna put us in all nations, man. So He gonna scatter us, right? "From one end of the earth even unto the other, and thou shalt serve other gods." What does that sound like, man? Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, right? Sounds like to be a Muslim, right? Serving their God, serving another people, man. Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. Meaning what? What is it saying? You ain't known their gods, nor did your forefathers know them. You didn't know how to be a Muslim until you got destroyed, man. You didn't know how to be a Buddhist or practice Hindu. Well, Hinduism. Or you didn't know how to be a Christian. Right? Because we were destroyed in this place, man. Let's get some more. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. What did I just say, man? Buddhism, what do? They worship a statue. Buddha. We do Hindus worship. They worship Shiva. Even though they have 1,000 gods for every day of the week. Right? They worship a statue. Right? What do Christians do? They worship that cross on the wood, on a cross made out of wood. Right? They got they got the cross on the pulpit. They got the cross in the yard of the church. Thinking that, oh, that's the representation of Christ. Yet you're representing the weapon that they used to unalive him. See, you wouldn't use a gun around your neck or a bullet around your neck to represent your cousin or your uncle or your brother or your sister or your mother or your father that was unalive by a gun. You wouldn't wear a knife around your neck if you knew somebody that was unalive by a knife to represent them, would you? Would that make sense? No, it does not. It's a weapon. It was used to unalive people. And not only was Christ the one that was unalived on it, but multiple people were unalived on those crosses, on a crucifix. Wasn't a murder right so like it wasn't a murderer right next to Christ? Or was he so like a thief? It was a thief right next to Christ on the same crucifix, just right next to him. See, the crucifix was used as capital punishment. But we as a people want to worship a cross. Right? Let's read on. Verse 55. Verse 65. And among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. Meaning what? We're going to forever be on our feet. We won't ever get a chance to sit down, man. We'll always be on the move. Meaning what? We'll always get chased down in the streets, man. We'll always be at that slavery, working hours upon hours upon hours just to keep a roof over our heads, man. That's what it's like to live in this earth, man. Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart. Meaning we'll always have some type of fear, man. Being fear mongers. Oh, don't go down there. Something might happen to you. Oh, don't go nowhere. Don't go down that road or this road. Don't go there by yourself. I'm afraid something's gonna happen to you. That's a trembling heart, man. And failing of eyes in the sorrow of mind. Meaning that failing of eyes is what, man? We won't ever amount to anything. We'll always look to a person and look at him as God. Right? And the sorrow of mind, schizophrenia, man, bipolar disorder. Right? Split personality disorder. Right? Having mental health issues, man. That's the sorrow of mind. All right, let's read on. Verse 67. Salakia. Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. All right, what does Egypt mean? Egypt means house of bondage. Right? Because what would we do in Egypt? We were slaves in Egypt, just like we were slaves in America. Right? Let's read on. Shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. So this time, we will go back into captivity on cargo slave ships, man. We went into captivity on cargo slave ships. Ask me how I know. Because it's documented history. See, sharks still swim the same line, still swim that same track of the transatlantic slave trade, because the amount of bodies that were dropped from those boats, over 99 million lives were taken and dumped and unalived on those boats, in the fields, and in the water, man. Let's read on. By the way whereof I spake unto thee. Meaning exactly how I said it, man. It's exactly how it's going to happen. Right? Thou shalt see it no more again. Meaning we won't ever see our homeland again, man. Right? Let's read on. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. Meaning we won't be sold unto our friends or our brothers or our sisters, our cousins, our family. We'll be sold into an enemy, man. You know what an enemy is? Somebody that's against you. Somebody that don't want to see you do good. Somebody that wants to take your life. Right? Somebody that want to beat you. That wants to harm you. That's an enemy. Right? No, it's not your friend. So we have to understand that the oppressor is not our friend. He's not somebody that's, we can trust. He's an enemy. Right? We were sold to the oppressor. because he is our enemy. Right? Let's read on. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Meaning what? We will not be bought out of this captivity, man. Meaning we won't be freed. We won't be freed out of this captivity unless the Lord allows it to happen. And that only is through us keeping the law, statutes, and commandments and through his hand. That's the only way we're going to receive any type of salvation through, us keeping these laws, man. It's through him. Because if we don't, we'll continuously be unalived here in America or throughout this earth, man. We'll forever be at the bottom of the totem pole, the basis of base people, right? And those are the things that we suffer here in America, man. And the duty of a man is to keep these law, statutes, and commandments, because if we don't, we'll forever have these signs and these wonders upon us, just like the Lord said, man. Right? And with that, it's Priest Officer 50 Naughty Up. Checking out. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrakatah to all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Allah Bashim Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. Shalom.